Uh, well, hello everyone, this is Zell, and I have Zic3 here with me to do Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster, so they can take it away.
Alright, thank you, Zell. Yeah, so as I said, my name is Zic, and I'm going to be showing you some Final Fantasy IV today. So let's just jump into it, and I can start talking about it in the opening cutscenes. So we get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so jumping right into it here, we have a nice little lengthy stretch of cutscenes to open the game's prologue. So what are we playing? We're playing Final Fantasy IV. Now this is the Pixel remasters that Square recently made throughout all of last year. So the Pixel remasters boast basically a updated soundtrack, updated visuals, all sorts of that stuff, and a few quality of life changes, and a few kind of in terms of gameplay. Some of the games were made a little easier by the Pixel remasters, so yeah, in terms of quality of life stuff, the first thing that we're doing here is we have to mash through all the text in the entire game, but even in this prologue. And you can advance text with pretty much any button, so that makes mashing through text much more comfortable. Another quality of life thing they added to the Pixel remasters is an auto battle functionality, and we'll get into that a little later because we are going to be using that auto battle to do lots of strats. It makes the run pretty unique. It's definitely a thing where, when I first played through this and saw there was an auto battle feature, I was like, that probably makes the run really boring. But it actually makes it pretty interesting in how you use it. So we have a few scripted fights here at the beginning, where Cecil's just going to take out all the monsters that are attacking the boat. There's not a whole lot we can do about it. We just have to watch this go. One of the other nice things that we get with the Pixel remasters is the game gets to run at 60 FPS, which makes it look really nice. And the updated visuals, a lot of like the animations and the water and those sorts of things look really good in the Pixel remasters. They're a really good looking remaster. Definitely, like I always tell people, because people always ask me all the time, the Pixel remaster's good. Did you enjoy them? Like, they are a very solid way to play through the original 6 Final Fantasies, and it's nice to be able to have them all in one place. So we're almost done here with our little scripted, the first part of our scripted intro. The intro is going to take about 7-8 minutes. We just got back from murdering half of Mysidia to take a shiny rock, and we're going to give the shiny rock to the king. Yes, and that is another really nice thing about the Pixel remasters. It's not really a big issue with 4, as 4 is a game that, most places outside of Japan got lots of releases of, but games like Final Fantasy 3 and 5 have the Pixel remasters for them in their original 2D states, which a lot of places do not get those versions. So it's nice to be able to play those games in their original forms for Final Fantasy 3 through the 3D, the DS remake, which was notoriously hard, and I never finished it. Okay, so now that we've been stripped of our rank of Captain of the Red Wings, we can start the run. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the config, set all our text to very fast, and turn on a feature called Continue Auto Battle. Now, an interesting thing is we're not turning on memory cursor. Now, if you're familiar with RPG runs, like usually when you're doing RPG runs, if you have memory cursor, you're going to use that. But it actually will kind of benefit us to not use it. It's kind of a preference thing. The reason I've kind of fallen in love with not using it is you do a lot of defending in this run, and defend is always just one right input from attack. So I find it more useful to just know that my cursor is always on attack, instead of trying to find my way back to attack every time to switch to defend. I'd rather just pivot to what I need at the time. But so since I have time, we'll talk about auto battle, since I turned on continue auto battle. So auto battle is a feature where when you're in combat, if you push square, it turns on auto battle. And what that does is it basically repeats your last turn for you. So if I have a character use a potion and I turn on auto battle, they'll keep using potions until I turn off auto battle, or until they run out of potions. They'll default to attack if they can't do the action that they previously did. So what continue auto battle means is auto battle, if I have it on, when I start the next battle, it will be on already. I don't have to turn it back on. And what's significant about that is when you have auto battle on, the game runs, I don't know the number, but the game runs at 1.3 times speed, because it doesn't wait for you. So it just speeds up the game a little bit. And included in that are the battle entrance animations. So if you have continue auto battle on, when you get random encounters, they'll animation into the encounter faster. So it just saves tiny chunks of time throughout the entire run. Now continue auto battle will turn off if you close the game or reload a save file, and boss fights. It won't continue auto battle into boss fights. But it's a really neat feature. And again, it seems like something where you're like, oh, that must make the game really easy. Just queue up attacks and auto battle. But the speed up is what makes it, you have to manage it. It's something where it's set it up, turn it on, and leave it on for as long as you possibly can before you have to turn it off, change your inputs, adjust. So it's definitely an interesting feature. So once we get our scrolling text, we can actually begin the run. The PSX releases. The first time I played Chrono Trigger, I played the PS1 release, and I did not realize how bad of an experience that was. The whole appeal of Chrono Trigger is that you kind of run into enemies and battles just start, and it would take 30-40 seconds to load each battle. It takes 30 seconds to load the menus in the PSX releases. They're bad. Alright, so now that we can begin, the first thing we're going to do is catch ourselves a Chocobo. Chocobos are fast, and we can't get world map encounters on a Chocobo. So we'll use them wherever we can to traverse the world map. And we'll take it to the Mist Cave. So here you can see the auto battle feature. It's in the upper left-hand corner. When it's blinking, that means it's on. Now, an interesting thing about it is I can't queue flee. Flee doesn't work with auto battle. So how encounters kind of are going to have to work is... Ooh, this isn't great. I think I might get 4 encounters here. How it has to work is I have to turn auto battle on. Okay, I didn't get 4. I have to turn it on, wait for the ATBs to charge, turn it off, flee, and then turn it back on to kind of get the most optimal fast way of fleeing a fight. So let's see. Those are bad ATBs. If you get good ATBs here, Kane can get 3 jumps in before the dragon turns to mist. But it looks like we're going to get 2, and I'll queue an attack. Well, let's see if I can get the attack in with Kane. Okay. Oh, Cecil almost got an extra attack in. So you can see here, this is where you can really see the auto battle. I think I did that right. I did not do that right. The auto battle speeds up the game a good amount. I was trying to time it such that Kane jumped and then the dragon turned back to its form, and then he would land to speed up, but I mistimed it just slightly. Like, that was so slightly mistimed. Not a big deal. We'll still kill it before it turns to mist a second time, which is the main goal. Kill it before it turns to mist a second time. And away we go. That's our first boss down. Mist Dragon's a pretty straightforward boss. Now, sadly, there is no way for us to enter Mist from the other side like the original FF4 release, so we'll continue doing things as intended. So now that we are in the Village of Mist, we are gonna light it on fire on accident. And we will pick up our newest party member, which is Rydia. Rydia isn't going to be the most useful in her, as she is a child right now and does not do a whole lot. So for a lot of these fights where it's just scripted animations, you want to just kind of put your party in defend and run auto battle, because as you can see, like, the auto battle makes the animations run faster. So anywhere you can, you want to just throw defends and let the game play itself out and just kind of mash through the text. Alright, so we're off from Mist. We're gonna head to Kaipo and we'll start our quest to save Rosa. So I'm gonna be doing a route today that's relatively newer. There is a Japanese runner by the name of Shigeru who picked up this run like a couple months back and just really just took it to new heights. Kind of just really rerouted everything, changed the whole routing scheme, and, you know, has brought the time down like 10 minutes from the previous world record. So, yeah, I'll kind of get into more of what makes this route fast as it is. That'll come into more play once Cecil becomes a paladin later. Alright, so these Baron Guards are going to come ambush us and try to take us home, and I'm just going to auto battle and kill them all. It would be nice. Sometimes you can beat the second one to his turn, so you take one less attack. Not a big deal. And now they're all dead. Alright, so now Rydia has officially joined our party. And the only thing we're really going to use Rydia for is she can summon a chocobo. Not one you can ride, but it can do damage. And it's going to have one sole appearance on the Antlion fight. Alright, so we have to go see that get out of my way. Okay. We have to go over here. We'll see that Rosa is very sick. And the only way to, we have to find out how to save her. I'm going to pick up this ether out of that pot. We'll need that for later. And away we go. So we're going to head up to the underground waterway. We're going to head to Damsian Castle. Preemptive strike. So, that's a good time to talk about the different battle types. You can get normal battles, you can get preemptive strikes, back attacks, and ambushes. Obviously, back attack and ambushes aren't ideal. Something you may find surprising is that preemptive strikes are also not the most ideal. I mean, they're not bad, they're just slower than a normal encounter, because the little text at the top that says preemptive strike takes longer to go away than it would take you to flee from a normal battle. So, like, In an ideal world, we just get normal encounters the whole run. Because auto battle fast. Speed up good. Oh yeah, Tella's in our party now. This is Tella. Tella's an old man with a nice little range of magic spells. So we're gonna make our way through our cave here. In almost every single area of this game, we will not fight a single encounter. We're gonna run from almost every single encounter. There is only one spot where we will actually fight encounters. Thus, reinforcing why I'd rather not get back attacks, ambushes, and preemptive strikes, because it's just not going to benefit me either way. I just need to run. So I'm going to take a small detour down here, and we're going to pick up a little extra gil and a bomb fragment. This is kind of a preference thing. There's two places you can pick up a bomb fragment. I opt to pick it up there because you get an extra 580 gil. And while gil isn't the most tight in this route, it's still, I'd rather just make sure I have enough. And I think it costs like maybe a second or two to grab that one over the other one. 600 gil is worth a second or two to me. So we're gonna pick up a few chests on our way through the cave. So we just got the Shadow Blade. And then there will be one more chest coming up with the Hades armor and Hermes shoes. Once we get there. Once this alligator stops ambushing us. Alright, so over here, and then we'll do our first menu. So Hades armor, Hermes shoes, I'll take the next encounter, and then we'll menu. Okay, so to prep for our fight, we're gonna remove all, optimal, remove all, and put Tella in the last slot. So I've stripped everyone of their equipment except Cecil. This is a common reoccurrence throughout the run. If I remove all, expect that party member to die. So we want Octomammoth to take out Rydia. Okay, that's one more hit, please. He most likely won't take out Tella. We're gonna have Tella take out himself. And this is just funneling experience. This is gonna be common throughout the run. We want to funnel as much experience as possible to the party members that actually matter. So right now, Cecil will be our powerhouse. So we wanna funnel all our experience to him. Tella leaves us, so he doesn't need it. And Rydia is a child. She does not need it. There's honestly an argument to like letting Rydia have experience, so she has more MP to cast Chocobo. But we'll get into that later. We're good. I'll wait till he has 2 tentacles. Oh, if he can hit Tella one more time. Yeah. Oh. Actually, if he hits Tella twice, he could just... Let me see what his next attack is. Okay. So Tella's gonna cast fire on himself, and Cecil's gonna continue the barrage. I've never had Octo actually take out Tella on his own, but that would be ideal, so you don't have to fire. But that's okay. And down he goes. So now Cecil, instead of spreading the experience of Octomammoth between the 3 party members, Cecil gets it all. Which will make him very beefy. The name of the game is having a beefy Cecil. We've made it to Damn Castle, and it is about to get absolutely destroyed. And so, what should be the first thing that our heroes do after witnessing this castle get bombed Clearly it's to raid their storerooms. So let's go raid the castle. They've got lots of goodies down here in the treasure room. So let's steal it all. So there's an elixir, an ether, a phoenix down, and some holy arrows. Those are extremely important to pick up. The elixir will be used for a boss fight later, and the holy arrows are the crutch of the entire route. So we'll go see the aftermath here. We'll find a bard. He's very spoony. Tella's gonna get mad at him. There we go. And now we watch the scripted battle where Tella punches. Guess I can Tella get a crit. I love when Tella gets a crit. Oh, he missed. The damage rolls in all these scripted fights don't matter. I just enjoy watching Tella get really angry and punch for like 40 damage. Yeah, one of the nice things about speedrunning this game is it's honestly not a very difficult game to get into, and we do allow the use of turbo or auto clickers for the runs. So, you know, if it's ever something you want to get into, it is very accessible in that sense. I hadn't set it up myself. I've been thinking about it. I still mash text normally like a peasant. Alright, so now Spoony Bard has joined our party, and he will be just as useless as the other two. This is Cecil's show. I mean, Cecil's solo in like the first half of this run. Oh, and we also get a piece of overworld movement, the hovercraft. The hovercraft is very slow in this version of the game of FF4. In some other versions, it's a lot faster. Alright, so we're in the Antlion Cave. We need to get a sand ruby so we can heal Rosa. So we're gonna grab a few items along the way. There's an Antarctic wind in that chest. Come on, there we go. And then this one looks very out of the way as a detour, but it's definitely worth it for one item in here. So we'll enter this room. This is the save room. We can get a Phoenix down, an ether, and importantly, an emergency exit. So emergency exits teleport you out of whatever dungeon you're in. So it's gonna save us backtracking this entire area. And you could imagine, with random encounters, not having to walk back saves a lot of time. Oh, we also picked up a spider soap there. One more encounter, okay. Preemptive strike against some jelly. All right, let's forget the jelly. Goodbye, jelly. Okay, so here is Rydia's one time to shine. So we're gonna start the fight. Rydia's gonna summon Chocobo, Edward's gonna defend, and Cecil will attack. Ideally, in a world where Rydia has infinite MP, it's actually faster for Rydia to summon Chocobos than for Cecil to attack. But Rydia only has 10 MP, so... Like I said, there's a world where you let her get experience on Octomammoth, I guess. But... Because the Antlion will counter with Counter Horn when you do physical attacks. He won't counter Chocobo, though, so... It's actually kind of nicer to run Chocobo. So I like to at least summon one there. It gets you a nice hit in without getting countered. Rydia dying's good. Edward dying doesn't matter. It probably won't happen because unless we kill him ourselves, which really isn't worth the time. Because the feature of Edward is that if he gets to critical HP, he will run from the battle. So unless we kind of just take him from 30 health to 0, he's just gonna get hit to critical and then run away. So let's sort our items and then warp out of here. And then we'll head back to Rosa. Oh, missed the rocks. Okay. These so the hovercraft can cross water only on the shallow parts with the rocks, and they're very weird because you can actually move the hovercraft on some areas where there aren't rocks, which I'll really show at the later parts of the game. There's a spot that does not look like you should be able to do it. That's the bomb ring. Shoutouts to giving Rosa the bomb ring. Okay. All right, Rosa has now joined the party. Sadly, she's also not going to be a whole lot of use until later in the run. Like I said, for the first half of the run, this is Cecil's show. So a little scripted battle with Edward here, where he needs to see the ghost of Anna and fight a Sahagin. I need to remember to Q attack. Okay. His auto battle memory is on defend. So 9 times out of 10, I always forget to put it back on attack, and then I defend the first turn, which is a waste of a turn. Yeah, and that is a good point I didn't bring up. So if you know anything about the Picture Masters, you'll know that the English font is very bad. Very, very bad. There is a little trick you can do where you take the Japanese font files out of the game files and you just rename them to English, and it uses the Japanese font on the English text. And that's what I've done here. And we do allow that for the speedruns because it is so much better to look at. I just kind of it's a very easy thing. Just let me switch the font naturally. It's not the worst. It's definitely it's not unreadable garbage, but they could have done better. All right, so Rydia has conquered her fear of fire and now knows fire and can get us into the mountain. We will not be using that fire. Who are we getting? No encounters up to Yang. Ooh, that's exciting. So here's a scripted fight with Yang. These damage rolls are random. So he's gonna do a kick, then an attack, then a kick. And if his kick damage rolls are high enough, he can kill all 3 on the second kick. If he low rolls, then we're gonna have to wait for a second attack. So I'm rooting for you, buddy. 32, that's a good roll. Okay, nice. That, honestly, it saves a good probably like 5 seconds, I would say. And then Mom Bomb. So this is the first fight that actually starts to feel like a real fight. Defend, defend, attack, defend. And so we're going to roll with this on auto battle and let Yang and Cecil attack Mom Bomb until it grows. Okay. So now Mom Bomb's big, and it's about... We're going to wait for the text box that says I'm about to explode. I'm going to blow. So now we hold and explode. We're going to cue kick, darkness, defend with the other 3, and then this. Because we queued them as it was exploding, Cecil and Yang should get 2 turns before the bombs get a single turn, and we'll take them all out in one go. And that's the Mom Bomb fight. It never gets to land, other than explode, never gets to land a single hit on us. And now Yang will be on our party, and Yang is actually very useful. Yang will be useful throughout the run. Yang is a monk, he uses claws, and he has the ability Kick, which is an AoE. Alright, so we're going to make our way here on the world map to Fabul, running from every encounter we see. I can't believe Rosa survived that. Rosa usually doesn't survive that fight. 14 HP in a dream. Go. Lydia's just taking a little nap. She's a child, she was tired. Cecil, we're gonna remove all and equip the Shadow Blade. Okay, alright, well, these goblins just had to get in there. Alright, that's fine, they can have their day. This is their show. So the reason we did a remove all on Cecil except for his weapon is there's a fight coming up where we will, we have to die. The intended thing is to either wait it out or die, and dying is faster. So we make Cecil as squishy as possible and just take him out ourselves. But first we have the Fabul Invasions. We'll have 6 battles coming up. So this is that Antarctic wind. I don't know why I queued defend. That's the Antarctic wind that we got in the Antlion Cave. That's why we got it. There will be fights here with the Baron captains with their 2 warriors. And if the warriors die, the captain will always retreat on his next turn. There will be other battles, like this one, that are just monsters. We would just take them out. You can, depending on the ATVs, we can kill the captains. It's pretty rare. And it's not necessary, it's just a little extra experience in Gil. But from this point on, we are going to basically auto battle these fights. That's unfortunate. If Cecil and Yang can take out both guards before his first turn, he'll retreat very quickly. But because he used charge, we have to wait for his turn to come back around before he'll use retreat. Alright, so the party's been betrayed by one of the monks undercover. You'd think by the end of this game, the party would have trust issues, trusting anybody, but apparently not. We would get betrayed by anyone and everyone in this whole game. Oh, Yang's too experienced from another level. Oh wait, we'll get another encounter here. We're good. I was like, come on, man, get that level. Let's do another charge. Oh, it won't. Ooh, Yang with the critical hit there. My guy. That was pretty nice. That made that encounter a lot faster than it would have been. Kane's back. All right. Kane has betrayed us. Shocker. So this is the fight I talked about. Normally you would either wait this fight out, because Kane will do like fractions of your HP. I'm going to wait for Kane and then swing. But if we die, it ends the fight faster than waiting the turns allotted. And at the end, Kane will like have some dialogue where he's like, "Oh, I'm better than you." So, just take ourselves out. But yeah, Kane won't kill us. He'll just keep shaving chunks of our HP off in percentages. So that's why it's ideal, like at the end there, wait for Kane to jump to take a chunk of your HP, and then you finish it yourself. The other way around, I wouldn't have died there. Golbez says, absorbed Rosa. Yeah, one of the really, like, I love the remastered soundtracks and all the Pixar remasters. They sound so good. Some of the really nice ones, like Rydia's theme and Theme of Love in FF4, we don't get to hear a lot of in the run, but they sound really nice. Okay, we're gonna pick up those Hermes shoes, and then we will go to the inn and rest. A lot of these little pickups, like the Spider Silk and the Hermes shoes, we're just kind of stocking up on items for a lot of the late game bosses. As the Spider Silk will slow down opposing enemies, and the Hermes shoes will give us haste. The king gives us Deathbringer, and then we can leave. We're free. This is where, in that left tower, we just came out of the right tower. If you go in that left tower, there's a bomb fragment in there. That's where you can get a bomb fragment instead of the one I picked up at the beginning of the game. It's kind of personal preference. That's not really much faster. All right, so that's going pretty good so far. We're almost done with the beginning part of the game. I like to break the game up into, you know, our early game, our mid game, and our end game. Finishing up the early game here. So having a nice little boat ride. Look at that water animation. Beautiful. Yeah, a lot of the effects in the games just look really nice, actually. Nice little touch. They did a really good job of making them look nice without feeling completely out of place. Leviathan's coming to say hi. These dudes are just gonna panic. Alright, so our party's gonna get a little separated here. Rydia's gonna fall in the water, and Cecil's gonna push Yang into the ocean. I mean, Yang jumped in to save Rydia. Edward just disappears. So now we're separated from our party, which really highlights the fact that we let Cecil get all the experience throughout the run so far. We're back in Mysidia. We're gonna do the walk of shame up to the priest because we kind of murdered half the town last time we were here. And so he will give us 2 small children. Palom and Porum, a respective white mage and black mage for the time being. So now we have Palom and Porum. It's time to shop. We've got a decent shop here. Big shopping trip. So first, I'm gonna go to the weapon shop. We're gonna buy a flame rod and a crossbow. Then we'll go to the other shop. And we're gonna buy 2 wizard's hats and a light shield. And we can't use that light shield, that's for later. Then equip the Deathbringer, optimal, and then sort our items. Sorting's just a preference, I just know the menu better with sort. And then we sell. Fire Claw, bow, rod, staff, Ice Rod, Dreamer's Harp, Spear, Darks. Iron Gloves, Dark Gloves, Bard's Tunic, all of these, all of those, all of those. Boom, 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 boom. Buy 5 potions, 16 of those, and 9 Phoenix Downs. Okay, that was a lot, but basically we have bought our healing items for most of the run. We have sold all our equipment that is no longer usable to make us as much money as possible, and we bought some various little equipment, mainly the crossbow, which we use with those holy arrows we picked up earlier, a flame rod, which will come into play way later, but is very important we pick up, and wizard's hats for stats. And now we can head to Mount Ordeals. It is definitely like that's a menu that is recently changed. Normally you'd buy healing items in various places throughout the run. And it's definitely like you would wait till way later in the run and then buy like 50 high potions. And just use them recklessly. It's interesting to realize that you can boil this whole run down to 15 high potions. If you play smart and use your like cures effectively with your party members, you can get through this run with what I just bought. 5 potions, 15 high potions, and 9 Phoenix Downs. I'm really hoping we don't get a back attack or an ambush here, because Pile and Porm are very weak, and we don't want them to die. I don't want to use my Phoenix Downs on them. That is literally the tile before Tella. Come on. These zombies. Okay, so Tella is about to rejoin us. Still not. Really, he's just going to be a body that can use potions. Palom and Porom are the stars of the show up here. That's why we must protect them at all costs. But Palom and Porom, Palom has black magic, Porom has white magic, and together, because they're twins, they have an ability called Twin Cast, in which they can use extremely powerful spells. They can use Comet or Pyro, so long as both of them are alive at the time of cast. So here is our first of the 4 fiends, Scarmiglione. It's gonna be broken up into 2 fights. So our first fight, I'm gonna use a bomb fragment and then twin cast. And then I'm gonna sit here, all right. Potion. And really, it's just Tella's job right now to make sure Palom and Porom get their twin cast off. Potion, twin cast. And now I'm gonna hold here and wait for them to cast the twin cast. And then I'm gonna start taking them out. 25? Excuse me? Okay. Oh, Cecil, just take them out. Okay, Cecil really doesn't want to take them out. I'll have one more shot here. I can't wait for him to do 1 damage. Okay. Cecil, attack. There. And then we'll use that elixir we picked up in Damsian Castle. And down Scarm goes. And that was Scarmiglione. Easiest 4 fiend fight will do. In an ideal world, had Cecil actually taken out Porom or Palom, sorry, on the first fight, you'd want to have Cecil take himself out on the second Scarmiglione fight. The reason being, Cecil has now become a paladin. Cecil has lost all of his levels. He's level 1 again. So really, the only person that really cares about the experience in the Scarm fight is arguably Tella. So Cecil getting that experience is kind of a waste, but it's not a big deal if he gets it. It's just he loses that experience immediately. And now we're Paladin. Along with Cecil becoming a paladin, Tella has remembered all of his spells. So Tella has become a powerhouse now. He knows so many good spells now. The one we really care about is Bio. Tella knows Bio, which will just melt people. Specifically our people. Which is really what we're using it for. We have a little menu here. We remove all, optimal, remove all, optimal. Whoops. Equip. So now Cecil gets the crossbow and the holy arrows. And then we're going to swap rows. So this is where those holy arrows come into play. So Tella's going to bio himself, which you can see is just going to do an absolute ton of damage. And now Cecil, with the holy arrows, can just absolutely destroy everything on this mountain. So we are going to take a small fraction of our time and hyper level Cecil. The number we're looking for is 19. We would like to see Cecil become level 19 by the bottom of the mountain. This is going to set up Cecil to be a powerhouse for the mid game. I mean, he is going to be huge. Not only that, but it will allow a future party member that rejoins our party to join at a higher level, thus making them both just insane for the mid game. And this is one of the big changes that has happened recently. The way we used to do this in the old route was we would have Cecil defend. You wouldn't do the shop in my city at all, and you would just have Cecil defend, and you'd have Tele cast Firaga all on all the encounters, and they would share the experience, thus leaving your Cecil around level 14-ish. Those extra 5 levels do a ton for Cecil. So this is one of the main big things that Shigeru has routed into this run, is making Cecil solo the mountain and become level 19. So we should get one more encounter on the way down, which will be perfect. Yep. Sure, I'll take a preemptive strike. This is like the only time I'm like, sure. And as I said earlier that we would fight almost no encounters in the game. This is the one case we'll fight encounters. Now we're done fighting encounters. Alright, so let's use a Phoenix down on Tella. I didn't do that the way I wanted to. And then sort our items. And this is a little personal preference. I don't really have to. I like to use these white chocobos as MP refreshes. It just lets me be a little more reckless with my heals and really fully heal people. It's more of a safety thing, you know? Make sure everybody's as topped off as can be. We're all about marathon safety. Alright, so now we're going to listen to the prophecy. Let's just chill. Have a little, not scrolling, but just text. And we will start getting into more involved battles after this. A lot of the battles previous to basically Skarm and before, they're pretty straightforward, you know? It's like, do one thing and end the fight. And as we start getting into the mid game here, the fights start getting a lot more involved. A little scarier. Ella at this point in the game, he's like Jack Garland, except instead of killing Chaos, he just wants to kill Golbest. This white mage is always in the way. There's no world where that white mage doesn't spawn there. So you just have to kind of push up into them and they'll move. Preferably to the left and not up, because then you have to hit them again. So we have our little teleport here, back to the town of Baron. Alright, and we have 2 fights here. One is with these Baron guards. I want to defend there. Now we're good. Bio all will take them out immediately. Now, Yang's a little weirder fight. Yang, we can't end this fight until he uses kick twice. So he'll do attack, kick, he'll do attack, and then a kick, and then we'll go 1, 2, attack. It's definitely a weirder fight, but it's one where it's another one of those fights that you highlight auto battle's useful there, and just throw defense, auto battle, and let the scripted part of the fight play out until we can end it ourselves. Once he does his second kick, the kind of cue there is you wait 2 turns of Cecil's ATB on defend, and then attack, and it'll end the fight immediately. If you attack earlier, it won't end the fight immediately. It's like a weirdly timed. And Yang is now back in our party. We got a full team now. So we have this. We're gonna do another shop here, and this is why we sold everything we owned. Where's my death room? That was a weird cursor placement. So we need to buy 4 headbands and 2 Kempo gis, which is a ton of money. So that's why we pretty much sold everything we don't need. I actually didn't, well, I'm not gonna say that. So we're gonna optimize Cecil, give him the headband, and we're gonna optimize Yang, and then put our rows back to normal. So if you know Final Fantasy IV, the rows, back row and front row, are set in this game. So party members 1, 3, and 5 are in one row, and party members 2 and 4 are in the other row. You can switch which ones those are. So 2 and 4 can be front, 1, 3, and 5 can be back, or vice versa. So we will be playing around with that a little bit to make sure certain party members are in the back or the front where is necessary. Because if they're in the back, they'll take less damage. But they'll do less damage. So there are some cases where survivability means more to us than damage, and we will switch those accordingly. But like, I switched the rows back on Mount Ordeals because Cecil was using a bow, and I just needed him to not take damage. He can do the same damage with a bow from the back row. And then we'll switch them back here because he's done with the bow. Captain Bygone has joined our party, but we already have 5 party members, so someone's gonna go, and we're voting Bygone off the island. So essentially, we've gotten betrayed again. What a shocker. Alright, so this is Bygone. Cecil will attack the arm. Pella will Thundogga the body. And Yang will attack the arm. The twins will defend. And so what we'll do now is Tella is going to cast Bio All on the whole party. And that will take everyone out except Cecil and Yang. And now I can just auto battle our way to victory. Which looks a little scary, but it's not that bad. And this also ensure, wow, his turn was okay. All right. I don't know how I feel about that. His turn was right there. Okay. So I need to Phoenix down Tella and Yang, and then Cecil will do a little cure action. So we were gonna funnel experience to Cecil and Yang, but it seems like Cecil's greedy and took it all. I've never seen that thing blow up so fast. Here's our second 4 Fiend. Successful attack, Yang attack, and Tella's gonna wait for this. When the torrents of water build, he takes additional damage to Thundaga. So we wait for the torrents, because Tella can only get off 1 Thundaga here with his MP. And that's it. Keknazo's down. And that's what I like to call the end of the beginning game, early game. Bygone can be a very, very scary fight, especially bioing your whole party off. But ideally with the power level that Cecil and Yang are at, because we leveled so hard in Mount Ordeals, you can, if that arm had not gotten its turn immediately, we also probably could have killed the arm before self-destruct. They're just very strong now. Bye, Palamaporum. We knew you well. So they're now rocks, and they can't unbecome rocks because Isuna does not work because, and I quote, they chose to become rock. They're stuck here. So we've lost our white mage and our black mage, but we've gotten Sid, and he's got a pretty cool beard, so I think it's a fair trade. The one nice thing that Sid gives us is Sid now gives us the airship. So we will now have an airship to fly around the world map on. Now Kane's gonna roll up on us and be like, hey, I'll trade you Rosa for a shiny rock. So we're gonna go get a shiny rock, because that sounds like a really good deal. So we need to go get the crystal from Troy Castle. Which is almost directly up left. Oh, I completely forgot to talk about that in my quality of life additions to this game. You can run diagonally in the Pixel Remasters. You play a game for so long, you start to forget about what makes it different. You start to forget that the originals you couldn't run diagonally. Yeah, you can run diagonally. It doesn't, you know, make a world of a difference. It's just kind of nice. It definitely was like a little jarring at first when I like first played these and I was just running in 8 directions with a joystick. I was like, this feels wrong. It just feels very wrong. Alright, so we got a twin heart from Edward, and now we're gonna make our way to the magnetic cavern. Now we can't fly there because it's surrounded by forest. So we'll need to find another way to get there. Luckily, well, once we're done with the hell needles. Luckily, there is a forest of chocobos up here with black chocobos. That song is a banger, and I'm sad we don't get to listen to more of it. So the gimmick in Magnetic Cavern is anybody with metal on can't fight. They're incapacitated for the battle. Which is everyone but Sid right now, because Sid has a wooden hammer. So we're just gonna leave that as is for now. We are going to use this kind of to our advantage here in a second, though. But we just need to get to the end of the cave, running from everything we run into. A lot of encounters. Oh yeah, a little further. That one always throws me off. I always think that room's the one because it looks kind of similar. Okay, so now that we're in here, we're going to use an Ether Antella. We're gonna give Sid an Iron Arrow. What's health? Health is perfect. Now you may be like, you just lied to us. You literally just said you can't fight with metal. And that's true. By having metal, everyone with metal on right here, we basically start and end that fight immediately because that first Dark Elf fight is a scripted fight that you're supposed to lose. So by having everyone with metal, it just literally fades in the fight, fades out the fight. That is true, and the Prisoner's Wear will actually be useful for us. So now Edward plays his harp, and because we have the twin harp, the Magnetic Cavern curse is lifted, and we can now use metal objects. So Tello will be casting Berserk on Cecil. That actually probably wasn't the smartest move. It's okay. And then once Tella Berserk Cecil, he's gonna bio Sid to take him out. And then we're just gonna let Cecil and Yang take out this dragon. Okay. You can see how leveling Cecil has done wonders for him. I mean, he is doing so much damage now. Which is where this route really starts to show, is in the mid game. You sacrifice a good like minute of grinding. I'll do this outside. What am I doing? Magic, Cecil, Kira. Okay, and then teleport. You sacrifice like about like a minute of grinding and Mount Ordeals to get Cecil to this level, but it just pays dividends in the mid game. I mean, you're saving way more than a minute on some of these fights with how much damage he does. You're ending fights multiple turns sooner. I'm gonna white Chocobo again. Just to make sure we have the MP we need. Tella's gonna need all the MP he can get for the coming fights. So the party can't get a dub. And we have the Earth Crystal, and immediately we got to give it up. But we knew that was coming. We can go talk to Edward here and be like, thank you for helping us, but we'll let the guy sleep. We'll let him rest. All right, for all you FF14 fans, we've entered our level 83 dungeon, the Tower of Zot. Go. 81. 83 is different. You're right. I'm a fool. Alright, so we'll come down here and we'll open this chest. Fine. And we have to fight the monster inside, but this gets us a flame sword, which is a much stronger sword for Cecil. And then we'll just make our way to the top. That's another interesting thing of a route change that happened recently. Now, normally what we would have done before was on floor 4, there's a detour you can take to get a Gaia hammer or Sid. But we've basically rendered Sid useless here, and he's just going to stay dead. We don't need the Gaia hammer anymore. We don't need to make that detour. This is a back attack, and I'm not thrilled about it. Alright, I may have to top everyone up before the boss fight. Health and MP are very important right now. Alright, so we need to give Cecil the flame sword. And then I'm just going to use him to top everyone off before this. Yes, okay. This fight's very, very stressful. These are the Magus sisters. We have to take them out relatively quickly, or they'll start reviving each other. Specifically, the middle one does the reviving. So you might think like, oh, just why would you do that? I mean, I'm down. I'm just questioning why. I love when their turn order gets out of control like that. And then we'll Thundog the back one. Yang has Reflect. So the mid one has Reflect right now. So it's tough to do damage to it. But luckily for us, they have now cast Reflect on us. So to do damage finally to the mid, I will cast Thundaga on myself, which will reflect off of Yang, and you can't reflect twice, so it will do Thundaga to the mid and kill them all before any of them can bring each other back. Now, normally if you let that fight go on for even 1 or 2 more turns, the middle one will do a full life on the other 2. And that's not fun. Why would I do that? That's not fun at all. So you really want to be quick. Once you've taken out the first sister, you want to be quick about getting the other 2 down. So luckily it's a good, with how strong Cecil and Yang are right now, it's just a good pattern of get them going on the first one and then just Thundaga front, back, middle. And we can take them all out really quickly. Tell is getting his time to shine. He's here to kill Golbez. He did it. The game's over. I'm an hour underestimate. GG. It's not. So, yeah. Tella may or may not have just killed himself casting Meteor. Bulbez has lost control of Kane, so Kane is ours to control again. Once we say goodbye to Tella. Now we're going to set up for the Barbaricia Fight, which is our third for Fiend. Barbaricia's gimmick is that she turns into a tornado, and you're meant to use Kane's jump to negate the tornado. Which is exactly what we're going to do. We want to try and attack as little as possible when the tornado's up, because you get a text box when that happens where it's like, you shouldn't do that. And it just wastes time. We're going to do a little menu first. Rosa, crossbow, holy arrow, and headband. I'm going to remove all from Sid. Now Yang gets the prisoner's wear, which serves two purposes. One, it gets the Kempo gi off of him. Make sure everyone's topped off. And two, it'll give him some sleep immunity later for the Luge fight. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is Barbaricia. So we'll start with a spider silk and a Hermes shoes. Kane will jump, and then Rosa will berserk on Cecil. So now Cecil will be hasted and berserked, while Kane is jumping to nullify the tornado. And this will just give us as much damage as we can possibly get. Rosa's gonna take out Sid. He does not need experience here. Oh my guy just did 1,000 damage. That was not what I expected. Okay, well this is... Meanwhile, Yang is doing our sick 69 damage over here. The duality of the party right now. I would argue that Yang might not even be worth attacking with you. Yeah, I was hoping Kane would come down first. But Cecil's berserked. I have no control over his actions now. Good. I didn't want that to hit Yang. Nice miss. That was a really good fight. Let's go. Cecil getting that crit was huge. And there's our third fiend down. We're gonna hear a lot of story, some exposition, throw a rock in a well, and go to the underworld. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw a rock in a well. So we have to fly to Agart. Agart is literally like 3 tiles to the right and then straight down. Can I throw this bomb ring in here? I'm so sick of the bomb ring being in the menu. I love when you hold on to that thing for the entire game. Cool, and now we are in the second world map, basically. This game is broken up into the overworld, and then there's also the underworld here. So now we will explore the underworld a bit. Good. Yawning already. It was a shock to wake up. I expected it, but I woke up a little early and then I saw that the schedule was very ahead, and I was like, oh god, I gotta get up like now. So Sid flies the airship right through an active war zone instead of going around it. And to no surprise, the airship is now damaged and we crashed. Okay. So I entered the Dwarven Castle, and we're actually going to get right into our next boss fight. Which this will be everyone's favorite boss, Calcabrina, Creepy Dolls. This should be a straightforward fight. The only thing I'm watching out for is Calcabrina will get one attack off, like the actual Calcabrina. And I don't want that attack to go to Cecil. Of all the party members, I just would rather that attack not go to Cecil. I want Cecil to be high health coming out of this fight. If it does, we'll have to heal and adjust, but I'd rather not. Okay, so we're gonna hold Rosa. Oh, well that's really nice. There. Like I said before, we berserk Cecil to get extra damage, but we can't control him. We want him to hit the Brina in the front. He actually did, which is pretty rare. Nice. And Rosa died, which if there's anyone to die, that's the one. That worked out really well. Now the reason I wanted Cecil to stay full health here is because we're gonna fight Golbez next. And he can cast Bio. I would just, if Cecil's a full HP, he's in no threat of dying. So something I want to try here. I'm not good at the timing on this, so we might not get it. My timing was off. Man, I messed up the Mist Dragon timing and the Golbez timing. You can jump with Kane to skip this. So Kane lives into the next phase. I was yet again just like literally a second early. Okay. Well, he missed Bio. It's actually pretty common that he misses Bio, but... so Rydia has returned. Hey, that Tella. You didn't need Meteor. We got it covered. We can take Golbez out on our own. So Rydia is now older, has lots of summons, is actually very useful now. We're starting to assemble the dream team here, though. We almost have our final party together. So Golbez becomes a hand. And just like that, we've lost again. The team takes another L. So now it is time to raid the Tower of Babel, but first, shopping. Small shop. And raiding. We're gonna raid. Alright, so we're gonna buy some rune armlets, some sages, miters, and surpluses, and then we're gonna raid their storerooms because they've got power armlet and an elixir up here. I want both those. Those are both very useful. And a dwarven axe. Power armlet is extremely useful. So we have to walk there because, as I said before, our airship got damaged. So we're going to take a nice little stroll on the world map, get ambushed by some armadillos. What awaits us in hell? A bunch of armadillos. That's what it is. Now we did interact with that pot in the Dwarven Castle real quick. That gives our whole party a full heal. HP and MP for a very quick animation. And one more of the shakes, and we're in the tower. Let's go. Babble time. So let's get to the top of the tower, fleeing from everything we find. We will take one small detour, two small detours technically. First one is in this room. There's a chest here. It contains the cat claw. Nothing hurts more than the cat claws. And then we'll do one more detour to grab a dry ether. Nice, we found an egg. Shout outs to egg. Ideally, if we're gonna get any ambushes in this tower, we want them to be egg, because egg won't attack us. I'd rather not get any, ambushes, but you know, this isn't a perfect world. Okay, these are good so far. There's our dry ether. That's going to come into play way later in the run. Goodbye, security eye. Alright, so here's the top of the tower. We're going to do a quick menu. Yang gets the cat claw and the power armlet. Kane gets the dwarven axe. Rudy gets the wizard's hat and a flame rod. And now we're going to fight Barnabas and Dr. Luge. Yang is going to do most of the work on Luge. The Barnabas fight, we want to take out the doctor as quickly as possible, because once the doctor's dead, Barnabas will just explode. And he will deal damage based on how much health he has left, I believe. So if we can get a hit or two off Barnabas after Luge dies, I mean, that works too. You defend, you attack the doctor. Dang. If we kill the doctor really fast, we can skip that whole thing. There we go. That's fine, as long as he doesn't pick Yang as a target. So the name of the game here on Dr. Luge is Yang will do everything. Just berserk Yang and watch him deal insane amounts of damage. Now, Luge is going to cast Sleeping Gas on random party members, but Yang will be unaffected by this, so I didn't mean to cast that. That is the thing that will happen if you leave auto battle on. Cool. So we're all poisoned, but poison ticks in this game are pretty pathetic, so we're just gonna power through it. Oh, that's, whoa! All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Well, that was an unfortunate back attack. Okay. So we're gonna backtrack down to here now that we have Dr. Luge's key. No, I don't want to see any more. Run, please. This is a very straightforward fight. Just literally attack. They're weak. All right, Yang has stayed behind with the exploding cannons. And now we get sad music. Go. All right, that's it. Sad music over. We're done grieving. Nice. Found another egg. We're just fleeing the tower at this point. One more floor. Cool. Okay. So we're building up to our final of the Four Fiends fight, which will be against Rubicante. So we're done with our trip in the underworld for now. We're going to head back to the top. Sid has repaired the airship. Oh, wait, a little cutscene first. All right, so Sid joined our party, and I don't think he even officially joined our party. Sid was here. He was here. And there he goes. Like a hero. I can see why we let Sid just stay dead for the whole beginning of the game, because there's no point in him ever getting experience. Alright, so left a couple tiles straight, and into Baron Castle. So we need to get the crane attached to the airship. And this will be so we can go pick up the hovercraft and move the hovercraft around the world. So our good friend the hovercraft, 1 hour later, is coming back into play. We didn't forget about it. Cool. So we left our hovercraft up at the top, back at Mount Hobbs. So we will pick this up. We'll wrap around the top of the map, and we're going to take it to the Cave of Eblon. Now this is one of those places where I said the little like rocks look a little misleading. It looks like you have to go all the way to the right to get into this area, but you can just go down right there. Which does not look like you should be able to do that. We're going to make a small pit stop in the Eblon settlement, though. So if I have 47,000, and I do, I can buy an Ice Lance and an Ice Brand. And we're going to use those for the Rubicante fight coming up. So my money was perfect. And that's why I like to get that extra 500 gil or 600 gil at the start of the run, just to just make sure I have it, because you cut it very close there with the Ice Brand and the Ice Lance, and I'd rather not go into the sell menu there. Oh, there's a little secret area here with 2 elixirs. Elixirs are good. Everyone knows playing RPGs. You gotta find the best items and then hoard them until the game's over. We're just gonna hoard elixirs. Silver Hourglass, that will be very important soon. The armadillos are here too. The armadillos have escaped the underworld. All right. So Edge sitting here be like, let me solo him, and he uses fire on a fire enemy and gets absolutely destroyed. He really tried his best. And now Edge will join our party, and this is the dream team. We have finally assembled our endgame party. Rydia, Rosa, Edge, Kane, and Cecil. If we're really being honest, the endgame party is Kane. Kane is pretty much gonna finish the game for us. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So we're back in the tower. And we need to get up to the top again. Oh, sorry, we're going down this time. Egg. All right, nice. We're getting some good luck here. We got good luck egg appearing. Yeah, I'd be like, what's so lucky about the egg? It's an egg. That's all you need to know. I'm happy to see it. All right, I do have to do the menu. I could do it at any time, so I'll just wait till I get to the final room to do the menu. Ooh, all right. Could be worse. We're not too concerned about taking damage here because we'll get a full heal before the next boss fight, so we're not super concerned about what kind of damage we take. And this next boss is gonna be a little spooky. I'm actually going to do one thing for safety before Rubicante. We'll get there. So we need to do our menu now. So I want everything off of Edge. Cecil gets the Ice Brand, and then Kane's gonna optimize. Give him this, the Green Beret, and the Power Armlet. So before we can get to Rubicante, we have one scripted fight here with the King and Queen of Eblon. Which is a fight where we Q defends and auto battle. And so what I'm gonna do after this fight is the Pictory Masters have a quick save feature where I can make one quick save. I'm gonna drop a quick save after this. Rubicante should be fine. It really should be fine. But there's a chance. And if you die in Rubicante, you have to go all the way back before King and Queen of Eblon. And we'd have to watch all this again. So, in the sake of safety, let's drop a little quick save. If you're playing Final Fantasy 14 right now, you did not get a whisper. It is just me quick saving. It is the exact same sound effect. There we go. And we're good. All right, so we're gonna start with using the Spider's Silk, jump, summon Shiva, attack. We're just gonna get in as much damage early as we can. Cure up all and flood. And we're just gonna try and just hammer in as much damage as possible. Fira, blood. I would like Kane to get another hit in here. That's awkward. Nice. Okay. That wasn't good. Oh, that's actually really bad. This could be bad. Don't do more than 191. Okay. Oh. 21 health in a dream. Let's go, Kane. That was not how that should have gone. I accidentally left auto battle on, and Kane did that swing with his cape up, which caused that Firo counter when I was trying to get a heal through. That was sketchy. I was really scared. I had to do it because I knew I had to get the jump in for the death. I was scared he was going to cloak up while Kane was in the air on that last hit. All right, we're gonna do a little. Whoops. Don't mind me. Okay, we're gonna do a little safety. A little safety heal, because if I get back attacked with 21 HP, that's bad news. Should have just revived everyone there, honestly. Nice. Okay. Let's get out of here. Get me out of here. So, this is an interesting part of the run. So, at this point, you're supposed to go to the sealed cave and get the dark crystal from there. But we're actually going to take a small detour here. We're gonna go to the Sylvan Cave. Now, this is completely optional. But what is in the Sylvan Cave is the weapon, the Avenger. The Avenger is a really powerful weapon with the kind of drawback that it gives whatever character's holding it berserk. And we're going to use that to our advantage in the sealed cave and on the final boss. So we need the Avenger. So that's where we're headed now. It's kind of neat to get to see like an optional area in the run. I know many people that have run this game that would love to see the Sylvan Cave and the Avenger get cut. But no one has found a better way to do the final boss without the Avenger yet. So, because one of the very weird things about the game, and you'll see it when we get there, but we're gonna give Kain the Avenger at the final boss, but for some reason, I think it's because Zeromus nullifies magic effects or something, the Berserk doesn't stick on the final boss. So we get all the benefits of the Avenger with none of the drawbacks. All right, so Sid. Oh, Sid's alive. Sid's back, everyone. Sid just made it so that we can fly over lava. This is why I should have just brought everyone back. We have to bring them back anyways. The game always parks the airship way over there, and sometimes you're getting an encounter, and that just sucks. There's nothing you can really do about it. This is Sylvan Cave. So the Sylvan Cave... Okay, good. Oh, this is a really scary area. The ground is lava. It's not lava, but it's the same thing. It deals damage to us when we walk over it. And basically a back attack or an ambush here will end our whole career. There are Malboros here which can cast Bad Breath, and frogs which can turn us to frogs. So ideally we don't. Also, that was not what I wanted to see. So we need to get the Avenger and get out of here. So we'll open this chest. Monsters. Use the Silver Hourglass. The Silver Hourglass will cast Stop on all of these Malboros. And then we're going to have... Okay, well, he missed, so... There we go. I should have did it a little differently. It's okay. After the second Titan, Kain will take out Rydia. I know Kain will take out all these Malboros on his own. And this is going to get Kain an absolutely insane amount of experience. Now, as I said, Kain is going to carry us through pretty much the rest of the game. So we're funneling as much experience as possible through Kain. He's actually, ooh, I'm actually, man, I have a decision to make here. He's a little higher leveled than I'm used to. I actually think I could get away with one less trapdoor here. I probably shouldn't. But, so the Sylvan Cave has these trapdoors where every single door you have to fight as a battle. Kain now has a lot of strength and berserk, and he's alone. So this is what's going to be the entire dungeon. Watching Kain solo. And you'll just see the insane amount of experience that's about to be funneled through Kain. You know what? I said I could take one less trapdoor, but I need to... This marathon safety. Let's fight an extra trapdoor. Normally you wouldn't have to fight 2 trapdoors here. I just would rather be safe and have Kane be a little higher level than he needs to be so that he doesn't get one shot on the final boss. Nice! Back attack, bro. And there's another. Kane's up to 42. We're not done yet. So one thing that's very unfortunate about auto battle here is if I get a preemptive strikes are really bad in this cave because Kane has Berserk with auto battle. So God, another back attack. If we get a preemptive strike with Berserk, the game will actually input an attack command before we can even do anything. So Kane will always attack on a preemptive strike before I can cue a flee. So it's not the most ideal to get a preemptive strike. Oh, yeah. Kane's huge. He's way higher level. I definitely didn't need that extra trapdoor, but you know what? We're being safe. All right, let's use 2 more high potions, get Kane. You also want to be safe here for this boss fight. We would just want to make sure the Kane doesn't die. So now, I push square, and let's watch our boy go. Ooh, we're basically just watching for crits. We got 1. Go get him, Chief. Nice, good crit. This is interactive. Is that another? Okay. Kane is angry. Yeah, at a little lower level, at like a proper level for the run, Kane would be like at like 1900 HP here. And if the demon wall high rolls to oblivion, you actually could die on that fight. Because he can do up to like, you know, 380 damage a hit. So it doesn't take much to kill Kane there if he doesn't have more than 2000 health. But basically the number I'm looking for is I want Kane to be over 2400 health because the final boss can cast Bio and that will do at a max roll something like 2408. So I just want to make sure that Kane can duck that. Okay, good. Some of these encounters, you can get encounters with those vampire things with a bunch of bats. Those are really bad back attacks to take. They take forever. You can find one with like 2 vampires and 6 bats, and it's like the longest encounter the world's ever seen. I think, oh god, hang on. Get me out of here. Am I gonna be sub 2 hours leaving this cave? That's actually an insane pace. What the heck? Yeah, whoa, this run's actually kind of insane. I'm not gonna speak on it until we get through the 4 Fiends boss fight. The 4 Fiends boss fight will be our make or break. That run will break us. Anyone who's ever run this game will comment on to say that the boss fight coming up is the hardest part. And I wouldn't necessarily call it hard as much as it's just frustrating, and it will just It's a very like simple fight. It just will decide to just destroy you some days. So we shall see. Okay, one of the very nice things, and again, it's something that's really makes the Pixel remasters in general very accessible as speed games, is the quality of life feature they added is the autosave feature. So the game autosaves at like boss fights. So if we do wipe on the 4 fiends, we can just reload and try again, which is really helpful when you're learning these runs. You know, that's especially helpful in games like Final Fantasy III, where the final dungeons are brutal and there are no saves in the World of Darkness. This is our final airship upgrade. Sid has attached a drill to the front of the airship. And now our airship is the airship that can dig to the heavens. Literally, we go into the moon. It's moon time. I forgot to mention it. Kane betrayed us again, so if you're keeping track at home, we were betrayed again. Oh, come on. No, what is this? Stop. This is why I hate that they put the airship over there. Just put it next to the castle. I parked the airship in a deliberately good spot so that I don't have to walk when you leave the castle, and they move it every time. Okay, so we have arrived at the Mog Station. And we shall give this man $30 for a mount that can seat our whole party. There we go, the lunar whale. Alright, let's use our newfound power of the lunar whale to fly to the moon and pick up an old man. We go down right here. Fun fact, you can land on this staircase. I didn't know that for a while. Ambushes and backdecks here can be very scary. These things can hit really hard, and honestly, our party is just extremely ill-equipped to deal with the power of these enemies. We over-leveled Kane, who immediately left our party. Nice. All right, so here is the mop. Fusoya. So Fusoya is going to be super useful in the coming fights. Fusoya has access to like every spell in the game and has 190 MP. So we're gonna use that as much as possible. Why level our party when the game will just give us party members that are better? Ambushed? Oh, yep. Okay, that could have been so much worse. That wasn't bad. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Everything's fine. All right, that should be the last moon encounter. Nice. Okay, back to the surface. So, we are about to enter the Giant of Babel. And while the song Inside the Giant is one of my favorites in the game, the redone version of this song is Inside the Giant is really good. But the boss fight in here sucks. So we've been fighting the four fiends throughout the game. We fought Skarm, Cagnazzo, Barbaricia, and Rubicante, and now we must fight them all together in one fight. Where pretty much Fusoya is the only one that actually is going to do anything. So the name of the game is Keep Fusoya Alive, which Rubicante will make that very difficult. So the Giant of Babel's here to end the world, so it's just kind of lasering a barren, empty field. Alma Palmer back. Edward's back. The gang's all here, except Kane. All right, inside the giant. Here we go. The Elder has Super Asuna, I guess. It's Sunaga. Maybe you just cast Meteor. I've heard the Meteor is just like the solution to all problems in Final Fantasy IV. Oh. No encounters. Let me jam. Oh no, what have I done? Okay. Oh. Hello. Scanning for intruders. Nothing to see here, buddy. Don't worry. Okay, so this little safety shop they put in. So we're gonna buy some stuff from the safety shop. And then here's where that flame armlet comes into play. So we're gonna give the flame armlet to Fusoya to take his kinesis staff and give it to Rosa for the coming fight. What is this? I don't want an encounter. I'm stressing over the next fight. I don't need to see this one. And so we're buying these little safety items. We bought some Rage of the Gods and Arctic Winds. And that's what the rest of the party's gonna be up to while we fight the 4 fiends. So, alright. I'm gonna focus here for a second and take these guys out. It's probably one of the hardest fights of the run. That's a terrible way to start. Army shoes, potion. And this should take out Skarm. Good. I got to keep 3 party members. Rage of the Gods. Thundaga. High potion. Potion. Name of the game, keep Fusoya alive. Fine. Ah, that sucks. They got Tidal Wave. Okay. I just need to get 1 Rage of the Gods off here. And then I will continue to high potion Fusoya. Holy. Ah, Rage. Rage. Okay, 1 more holy. Oh, that's actually atrocious. That's really bad. Saga. Rose is dead. I could die here. Okay, we're not. Okay, we're okay. This is still really sketchy. I still think I'm dead. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. This is gonna be a little weird, but I really would rather just not die. Okay. Okay, I think we're good now. Chubazagas, he should die. Okay. I think we got it. Nice. Oh, that was so weird. Okay. That fight is scary. Alright, let's do our menu. Order, switch back. Items. We're gonna Ether, Futsoya, Phoenix down, Cecil, Rosa, and then use Rosa. Cure us to full. Alright, CPU time. Sure, yes. Okay, so this is where that Kinesis staff is going to come in handy. This thing is going to just like continuously put up reflect, which is kind of a pain because our heavy hitter right now is a magic caster. Oh, don't do anything, Rosa. So the Kinesis staff has an ability where if you use the item, it uses Dispel. So we're going to use the Kinesis staff to Dispel, throw in our item, our magic spell, and then he'll reapply Reflect. And this will repeat throughout the fight. And this is one of those scenarios where auto battling does not, you can't just auto battle to victory. Fusoya actually has a higher speed stat than Rosa, so I need to cut the auto battle and manually pick my targets here. Cecil needs to dry ether, needs the staff. These damage rolls are low and I'm kind of scared. I need this to be a high damage roll. That's not bad. Okay, and then we cast Meteor and hope these both die at the same time. If I did enough damage, Meteor should kill both the attack node and the CPU at the same time. Nice. Whew. Okay. That is, 4 Fiend CPU is like the most stressful part of the run. We've made it through. But yeah, there is a world where if your flares do like, you can do anywhere from like 4,500 to 7,000. And if all your flares do like 4,500, you'll actually not kill the CPU on the Meteor. And when you kill both the nodes, the CPU brings them both back to life. And then the defense node comes back and it'll start healing the CPU. And then it gets really bad. That's called you lose. Okay. So a little bit of cutscenes, and then we're gonna make our way to the moon, where we will fight Zeromus, the final boss. So I want to kind of start getting into the Zeromus strat. Just once the Zeromus fight starts, I'll probably just be mumbling nonsense to myself throughout the fight. So I'll kind of get you caught up to speed with it so you know what's going on. Zeromus has a very scripted pattern to the fight. It's broken up into 3 phases. So the first phase, he's got every phase has an attack called Big Bang. Big Bang is just an AoE that does like 2,500 damage. It will kill everybody. He has Black Hole, which is basically it nullifies all magic effects that are up. It doesn't do any damage. It just nullifies magic effects. And so then his other attacks are, in phase 1, he will cast Bio every now and then, which is, like I said, why I wanted to level Kane as high as I did so he doesn't die to it. In phase 2, he'll cast Flare, and in phase 3, he'll cast Meteor. So the name of the game, the fight is actually very scripted, and we can know what attacks are coming. So we are going to use Kane's jump ability to jump over every single Big Bang so that he can't die to it. We'll heal through the bios, and we'll jump over everything else. So with correct timing, it's not just as simple as jump auto battle. There is a very deliberate, specific timing to when you need to jump for the attacks. You can jump over almost every attack in the fight and just let Kane solo him. Okay. So if I'm doing weird, I'll probably be counting to 3 and all sorts of weird things. It's because I'm trying to set up my jump timings at the right time to skip attacks. A lot of it can be determined with the Big Bangs are telegraphed with a shaking animation on Zeromus, so those are easy to catch. Stuff that isn't telegraphed are things like Flare and Meteor and Bio. But we're gonna take the bios. I think you can use a Spider's Silk on Zeromus to slow him down enough to use jump skip on the bios, but I haven't tested it. Kane has 2,500 health. That's really good. Okay. So, basically, we are either going to be 10 minutes underestimate or right at my estimate. Depending how this... The unfortunate thing about Zeromus is there's not there's no save before Zeromus. So if we do die to Zeromus, we will have to, watch the ending cutscenes again. Please run. Thank you. Oops, I want a magic Rosa. You don't need to do that. That's kind of just safety in case we get back attacked. I want as many people alive as possible. Oh, we're just going to navigate this maze. The lunar subterrane really can be confusing to navigate through. We just need to find the most direct route through the subterrane while picking up the items we need. So right here is an X potion. I need that. In some of these rooms you can see, right here, how running diagonal is just really nice. It just makes it very easy to get through some of the rooms. What I'm looking for is an X potion, 2 elixirs, and 3 Fuma shurikens to set us up for the final fight. Or 1 elixir, Fumas. Yeah, I don't need 2 elixirs. That's why we get the X potion. Okay, I think we're almost there. The only encounter I don't want to see is Lil Murderer. Lil Murderer opens with Scan, which is just... It's a really long animation. Okay, no little murderers today. That was the power of the good luck egg helping us there. Wicked masks suck because they open reflect. There's a Fuma. This is PlayStation. This is the Pixel remasters on PC. The new releases. We got it on here. Oh my god, please. Elixir. Oh, I need the stairs. Again, taking damage isn't... I just don't want to die. But like, we'll get a full heal before the final boss. So it's not a huge deal if some people take some damage or die. Good. No, actually, these versions are only on Steam and iOS, which is people's biggest complaint about them, is that they didn't put them on consoles. Because it's silly, because like these really feel like they would be perfect things for the Switch. I think there might be plans too. Anyways, let's sort our items and then equip Kane. We need to give him the Avenger. Oh, power armlet, black belt gi, and green belt. I can't, right? Yes, that's what I thought. Just want to make sure. Okay. Here we go. Oh. Okay, so crystal jump, throw, and then begin. You can do this fight 100 times, it'll still feel scary. Coming soon to the Ouya Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters. We've done it. Double Meteor. You know, like, Fusaya's over here, like, using, like, debuffs and hold. And Golbez is like, can you just attack? Like, jeez. Sadly, the auto battle feature does not work in these scripted fights. It would be really nice. Yeah, they're like, Meteor has no effect. Oh, it has an effect. You are healing him. Stop that. Here we go. Crystal jump throw. Okay.
With GoDaddy payments, you can get paid.
This also has a lot of ATB here. I'm gonna wait for time distortion. Crystal jump. Oh, this isn't a big deal. Defend. I might not get the third Fuma Shuriken here. That's okay. Edge's ATB was bad. Okay, here we go. The fight begins. Okay. Continue jump. There's bio. 2171. So I will throw an elixir. Wait. Jump. Hold. Good. Okay, we're still on target. Okay, we have bio number 2. That's a good roll. X potion. Jump. Okay. Need to watch. He will self-heal here. There's the self-heal. Hold jump. Throw jump. Continue. We should be entering flare phase now. There's flare. 1. 2. 3. We hold. Jump. Big bang. Crash. Black hole. Flare. 1. 2. 3. Hold. It helps me greatly to count this stuff out loud. I do not trust my brain. 1. 2. 3. Jump. Okay, we should be getting into meteor phase here. Flare. 1. 2. 3. Go. Alright, this should be meteor phase. Okay. Go. Yes, okay. Once we see meteor cast while we're in the air, our speed stat lines up that we got it. And time will be coming up when we see the flash on the final hit. And time. Oh my god, dude, that was a huge PB for me. What a run, dude. Let's go. So that's the Zeroma strat. It's super cool when it goes off like that. Wow. That was awesome. Yeah, that was a 2-minute PB for me. Yeah. So yeah, with the equipment we have with Kane and whatnot, the speed stat lines up in just the perfect way that as long as we are timing the jumps correctly, we will always make the Big Bang cycle every single time. It's a really cool strat when you get to pull it off. It's very dependent on, you know, what equipment. That's why Kane's equipment is very deliberate. We have to have the Avenger, the power armlet, the black Boki, and the green beret. But yeah, so that was Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster. Appreciate everybody who came out and watched. I appreciate you guys having me for the marathon. This was a lot of fun. I like showing this game off. I love doing runs of this game. It's definitely a yeah, like I said, it's a very accessible game. It's definitely something that the Pixel Remasters are a nice way if you were ever interested in running a Final Fantasy. They're with the autosaves and the other quality of life features, they're very accessible games to get into. So, but yeah, that's all I have. So thanks for having me.
Well, I'm gonna play a special slot. If anyone knows anything about OC remits and FF4, there's a very popular slot I'm gonna throw up for anyone interested. But yes, thank you very much.